What is going on YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a match from the most recent RMC locals. Now we're going to be bringing you yet another Agumon match. This is the deck that has been taken over the Colorado meta by storm. So many players playing it, and so we're going to be seeing my boy John on the left playing the Agumon list, and on the right we're going to be having a very interesting deck. This is going to be a Black Royal Knights deck with the Jesmon, the Sistermons, and a yellow package, so it's got a little bit of a security control style. As we can see, there's only one egg in the stack on the other end, being that BBmon, and so it's not used to be digivolved on top of. It's just going to be used to make it so that you can play yellow option cards, such as the Reinforced Memory Boost, as well as the Wyvern's Breath. But right now we're just going to see a Craniumon hard played, putting the Agumon player up to 7. Now this is a pretty intense play normally, because you don't really want to be playing hard play things like this, but in this specific matchup, the Craniumon is so good versus Agumon, making it so not only can you block these promo Greymons when they come out for multiple swings, but also stop the Agumon from popping any of the blockers. And when you get this block out with the seal, your opponent will be able to make the Sistermons all blockers as well, and so you're not going to be able to really pop anything on the board at some point later in the game. They do play the red and black level 5s, the Gigadramons, and so you can play those out and potentially pop those if they don't digivolve on top of them. But as of right now, these cards are going to be a little rough to go through. Gonna go ahead and let these swings go through early. The first check makes sense to go through because you know it's the Izzy Joe, so you might as well get that on board. Have the Black Tamer source on board, as well as make it so that you get the extra memory. But I am a little bit surprised about letting the second attack go through, just because you would be able to block one of the attacks. Then they could swing in with the promo Greymon, but you could have just blocked it with the Blanc and sacked off the Blanc to just make it so your opponent only got the one single check-in. But after seeing that Iron Fisted Onslaught come out, it does make sense. Going to be able to clear off the entirety of the board. Now, going to play out the 2-drop Agumon, which means that the opponent's only going to go to 1, but they don't matter. Just going to go ahead and respond with a Jesmon here. So there is a card on board that could be deleted if a Bond comes out and you could get that effect going, but haven't seen a single tie yet. Just going to go ahead and play an Agumon and pass, so not sure what's in that hand, but potentially a couple Bond of Braveries in there or something of such. If there was Bond of Braveries in hand, John is the type of player who would have hard played them. And so I don't know what's in his hand, potentially just a lot of option cards, but just scooping it up right there. I don't know what exactly was in the hand, but it was not going to be doing it. So many blockers on board, plus the Jesmon going to be coming out to be able to play some more Sistermons, and it's just a big mess. Without hitting the tie very early or really having anything on board to go wide, you're not going to be able to do much. Your opponent gave you so much memory, and all you were able to do was go ahead and play a Agumon and pass, and so that's not the best play. But now we're going to see just a hard play, a Gunimon. Very interesting. Just getting something on board that's going to be able to swing, and responding with a Cordramon on the other end, getting some more draw power. Doesn't yet have the Craniumon out to put in all this pressure on the Agumon player, so you kind of want to go in and try to get some aggression now. Gonna swing in 2 checks, but gonna hit the Reinforced Memory Boost on the second check. No on play obviously, but still gonna be able to boost later and get that extra memory that you need. Bond of Bravery is gonna come out and just get popped by the Wyvern's Breath, thanks to that BBmon being on the board. And now just a hard play Craniumon. So here we go, Wyvern's Breath into hard play Craniumon on the exact same turn is a lot of memory to be spent. Gonna go ahead and play the on play Agumon to search for a Tamer. No Tamer hit. This card seems to always whiff, as well as the promo Gabu, so unfortunate that you can search 5 and still whiff with there being 6 Tamers in the deck. But digivolving the other starter deck, Agumon and Raising, and then just hard playing another Bond of Bravery. So as long as they don't have Iron Fisted Onslaught or another Wyvern's Breath, you're good. But there's another Wyvern's Breath, so we're just playing Bond of Bravery here. We're getting very reckless with the Bond of Bravery hard plays and getting hard punished for them by just having the Wyvern's Breath in hand. No chance going to be able to come out, but if you don't have the tie on board, I don't think it really matters too much. I'm going to be able to Atomic Blaster to be able to pop one of the Cordramons here. Going to delete the unsuspended one and then declare an attack into the Cordramon with the Agunimon to trade, letting the trade go through, not blocking with the Craniumon. So very interesting. Just letting both the Cordramons get cleared off the board. Gonna put the opponent at 2. Now they have the Blanc and the Craniumon. but not gonna be able to develop too much just because of 2 memory, but can get another Blanc on the board. So got more blockers and got another draw, so just getting a little bit of cycle, putting the Agumon player again at 1. Still missing the tamers. Haven't seen a single tamer come out from the Agumons end. There are 4 ties and 2 Marcus in this list because he is borrowing my list. So I know that there's 6 in there, and there's a good chance to be able to hit one. But as we can see, what is this, the 3rd, maybe 4th Agunimon being played already, and there's no tamers to be seen. So hitting the Agunimon package, not hitting the tamer package. Now we're going to see the Andromon come out, and that's going to make it so that can be digivolved into any of the megas, or it can just chill as a level 5 blocker with the 7k. Marcus going to finally come out, getting a tamer out, but not the one that you're necessarily wanting or needing right now. You definitely are looking to try and get a tie out. 2 Agunimons on the board does mean that you are a little weak to Iron Fisted Onslaught right now. Not sure if they have it, or else they potentially would have played it earlier, but as of right now, I think you're pretty much in a spot where your opponent isn't clearing off the Agunimons on board, and so if you can continue to try and go wide and hopefully hit the tie, so that if your opponent plays something like the Gigadramon or hard plays another Jesmon, pop it with the Bond, get that trashing, and you are getting them a little bit low on security on the Black Royal Knight side. They do only have 3 left. They obviously have a ridiculous amount of blockers, but they can potentially go wide, get enough checks going to where you can get in. A little bit of an interesting play there. I think that was a misuse of the Gravity Crush. We Gravity Crush to play the Geogray, but your opponent just gains the 2 memory at the end anyway, so it didn't matter. But now we see the Black Royal Knights player starting to swing in for whatever reason, hitting the Geogreymon, so now there's another Digimon on board. Not going to be able to pop because of Craniumon. But for whatever reason, they are swinging all in right now, and then playing the Iron Fisted Onslaught to go ahead and pop the 2 Geograys, but you now have 4 swings to your opponent's 3 checks, so they're gonna have to hit an option card. Just swinging in, and yeah, that's game. There was not much removal that you could do there. You definitely should have swung in with the Agunis first to play around Iron Fisted Onslaught, because I'm not sure if there's Ultimate Flare in the deck. There might be a couple, but I don't believe we've seen it yet. But gonna be able to take it up, tie it 1-1 after a very, very greedy turn from the Black Royal Knights player. I'm not exactly sure why they decided to go in and swing right there, but we're gonna see 2 Lightning Jousts going into the Greymon. Gonna be able to swing 4 checks at 12k, I believe. So hopefully you don't hit any option cards here, but we will see what goes into it. It is a pretty big swing if it does go through, so we're gonna go ahead and commit 4 checks here at 12. Gonna hit the Wyverns on the 3rd check, so that is unfortunate, but you're still able to get 3 checks in, which is very, very good. You want to be able to get these early checks in, because if your opponent just wants to go Craniumon, which they are because they grabbed it off the Reinforced Memory Boost, then you're gonna have to find a way to play around this. Just hard playing the Craniumon in this matchup is very powerful, as we've seen. There's no real way to get rid of it, and then once the Sistermons with blockers start coming out, it is only gonna get even worse. So we're gonna just have to try to develop and go wide as much as possible again. Going with the Geogray and the Agumon I think is fine here, because you do go ahead and get 2 bodies on board. You can start to potentially swing in if you want, but you are in a position where if your Geogreymon goes down, all your Agumon are going to get deleted by an Iron Fisted Onslaught. And then if they do play Ultimate Flare, then having the Agumons on board isn't going to be good. So you're going to have to play a very interesting game in this matchup, where you kind of have to play around one removal and you can't play around another removal. Going to swing in, they allow the swing to go through, and then hit the Wyvern's Breath, which pops the Promo Greymon. That is decently unfortunate. Not that you were going to really be able to get those swings in anyway. Craniumon definitely would be blocking there if you committed those 2 swings, but getting it deleted and just having it off the board for essentially free on your opponent's end is unfortunate. Them going down in security checks might not be the biggest deal right now, depending on what their board looks like, because they're going to swing over with Craniumon and play a second Craniumon. The Agumon player pass turn, everything is looking bad right now. Gonna swing with Agumon. Not sure why committed the swing there, just looking for a little bit of desperation here. Goes with the Agunimons. Hard plays an Agunimon, only has 1 card in hand left, and then gonna go ahead and play the Atomic Blaster. Nothing in hand, just gonna go ahead and essentially concede the game there. There's not much that can go on here. Gonna swing with the Craniumon, play the Seal. The opponent's at 1. Gonna draw, have 1 card in hand, and see what it is. They might just scoop it up here, because I don't see how you beat this. 4 blockers on the board that all can't be deleted right now. Another pass from the Agumon player, and a 3rd Craniamon, and that is definitely going to seal the deal. There is no possible win condition that gets you through here. You can't go wide enough to be able to really play around this. Can play the Agumon Expert to grab an Agumon, get something in raising, and start cycling, but we haven't seen a single tie this entire set. Haven't even been able to try and go get tie coverage and go into bond, and so that is a very, very rough series, but was able to take the game. But this is Agumon's just absolute worst matchup. Craniamon does so well versus Agumon, and when you add in these Sistermons package to make the Craniamons even bigger and also make the Sistermons undeletable by effects thanks to the Craniamon, it's just a little bit too much. And as we saw, it was going to be a little bit too overwhelming, able to just hard play Craniamon after Craniamon and take that game. But with that being said, that's going to be today's match. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, because I'm going to be bringing you even more BT6 content. I've also been live streaming every day, so if you are interested in getting some live stream content, be sure to follow me on Twitch. The link will be in description. I have also been posting a lot on my Instagram story, so if you want some behind the scenes, be sure to follow me on Instagram. The link also in the description. But with that being said, I will catch you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Peace out.